Guys, I'm wearing like the nerdiest shirt in existence. It says, and God said, let there be light, and it's freaking Maxwell's equations, bro. Bro, in like my modern physics textbook, it had even like the gravitation equation. So nerdy. I can't believe I'm wearing this. Hi. Glory to Jesus Christ. This video is unscripted, and I'm making this video because my friends have been pestering me like, Awen, when are you gonna make a new video? Awen, when are you gonna make a new video? Let me explain what I've been doing, right? So why have I been dead? I shouldn't have said that in the first minute of this video. Now YouTube's never gonna post this video. School's been kicking my ass, and it's been really frustrating because a lot of the videos I've been wanting to make just get sit on the bench, and I don't have time to do those videos. Basically, a video I promised a long time ago was my conversion story, and it's taking me way too long to edit that video. What should have taken me 2 weeks to a month max is taking me like a year. And that's not, to me, that's not acceptable. But that video will come out before the end of the year, I promise. As for this channel, I've been really thinking about what this YouTube channel will be. I've tried podcasts, but I've also wanted to dive deep into more, I guess in a sense, topics I'm interested in, but analyze them from a Catholic perspective. Whether it be movies or video games or any of that, I'm not sure yet, but I'm very interested in these things to analyze how to reveal the true characteristics of, the transcendentals of the good, the beautiful, and the truth, right? Now, what could that mean? I don't know. I think my greatest weakness, I cannot rely on just being able to put myself out. Like, I have to have a script, I have to have it ordered, and I have to have a well-edited video. I can't do, like, low-effort videos. But the thing that's actually gonna be funny is I might just make low effort videos from now on, because it's very frustrating trying to take all this time into making a good video and just sapping like the joy away from me. Like it's absolutely frustrating. I'm hoping that I'll at least be able to figure things out as I try to make more videos. I might just end up being Filipino Brian Hemsworth. Brian Holdsworth. I'm like Gen Z dark skin Brian Holdsworth. If that's what my channel becomes, then that's what my channel becomes. I mentioned that I make a conversion story video, right? I also want to announce that was not the only video I was making. I, for the past 2 years, have been secretly writing and storyboarding and detailing a story of Catholic Christians living in the future. If you look on the thumbnail, I have my new persona, avatar, whatever. It's just there so I can have an icon on my YouTube channel instead of my selfie. I have Jesus, and I have this woman on the right. Who is she? You'll find out. I'm happy to announce that I hope to be able to get that story going on this channel. The problem is, if you know anything about art takes time. And I've recognized that I love doing art, but I'm actually very incompetent in both 2D and 3D. What happened with 2D? I'm good at drawing and observation, shape and form and all the like. I am like, in terms of drawing characters, I could do that. In terms of doing backgrounds, oh, I'm terrible, bro. I am awful. And in doing this made me realize like I had to do more studying. And I mentioned that I'm okay at anatomy, but like even then you still have to do all these poses and all these different perspectives and how to observe the body, and just the knowledge of where the body parts are in the first place. That's a lot of studying, and it's taken so much of my time to be able to like make things look good. So I originally wanted the series to be an animation. Animation takes too much time. Okay, maybe I do it like a video game where like the two characters like talk to one another like this. They come in like the old school video games or like handheld games where they just like talk to each other like this. And each character goes like that. I'm most likely gonna do that. But even that takes time to actually draw the character. I'm not talented enough or skillful enough, sorry, to be able to draw something and like put it out immediately, like within 3 hours. It takes me like, digital art takes me like 7 hours because like it tires me so easily, and it just makes me like every decision I make is just scrutinized, and I can't make things look good enough to convince you as the audience like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be, rather than why is that, why did it look like that? I don't know. So 2D art made me realize I still need more studying to do. And I even was like, okay, maybe I give up color in the animation, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, making black and white would be cool and add to the aesthetic, and maybe it looked like it gave that storyboarding appeal. But losing color is, you know, humans see in the visible light spectrum. Hiding color would be really nice to the thing, right? The other thing is that maybe I don't draw backgrounds. Maybe I make backgrounds using a program called Blender. And then I realize how hard 3D art is. Modeling 3D stuff is a completely different skill set than 2D stuff. And it's been very frustrating because I really want to model like cities and skyscrapers and all like, and I'm like, oh, if only I was better at painting, but if only I was better at 3D modeling. I don't know how fools back in the day did, like in the 90s with StarCraft 1, Fallout 1, freaking Toy Story, like with that CGI, dude. Like I'm not close to that. And the fortunate truth is that I'm not good enough in art to be able to convey to the audience my story. Another thing, I don't know how I'm gonna format the story onto YouTube. I've been thinking maybe I do audio drama. And I've actually contemplated like, oh, what if I just like, what if I, maybe this is big copium, what if I just contact like some production company and just like ask like, hey, here's my idea for, here's my pitch for a series, are you able to, you know, make it? I'm not sure how successful I would be, considering the fact that this series, this story is about Catholics, and like not just like unfaithful Catholics, like actually devout faithful Catholics who take their faith seriously. They're imperfect, but they take their faith seriously. I don't know how well that would go over in a secular setting and real life, all the logistics and stuff. So I thought, okay, I'll make the story as I narrate and do the voices for the characters. And then I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I might just do that, actually, now I think about it. There's so many options, and I've thought of the story, and I'm currently writing like a book over it. It started off as a bunch of short stories for the characters, and as they came together, I really wanted to tell an overarching story. So maybe it might turn into a novel. I don't know. But do expect something out of it. I will say, what is the series about? The series is about Catholic Christians living in a far future away from us, basically. This idea of telling a story in a post-singularity world where how could Catholics live in a world where mutations are everywhere and are commonplace, where cybernetic enhancements and AI, putting AI chips in your brain are commonplace? Like, how could Catholics live like that, right? And I mentioned Religious Sister over here on my thumbnail. She'll be the main protagonist, and she'll have a very, very interesting backstory. I have a big hesitation on if I should release this series, because this character started off as a very one-note Warhammer 40k Adepta Sororitas type of girl, and she ended up becoming a lot more complex as time went on. As the year went on, I just started to like, what is this story supposed to be about, right? I'm still trying to muster the strength to be able to tell this story, because I made this girl a little interesting, to say the least, and it might be in this climate of the world right now, especially on the internet, people might hate me. But I really wanted to tell this story because, you know, when you have, okay, this is how we know we're made in the image of God. You know, when you want, God created us to know him, to love him, and to worship him, right? In the same sense, for me, I don't want my creations to worship me. They won't even know me, and I'm not gonna break fourth walls in the story, but in a sense that I want these characters to exist because they have, in a sense, a right to. I've thought about them so much that there's no way I could not just be able to just keep them in my head as abstract thoughts. They have to be out there in the world. If I'm called to evangelize, you got your Catholic Answers, your Christian Wagner, all these people are very academic, debaters, apologists. They know what they're doing. I just want to tell a story. I just want to tell a story about these people. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's what I've been making. I've been all over the place. So TLDR with this video. I'm still alive, but school's been really beating me down. I'm being perfectly honest, and I still need to find a job after I graduate. I want this YouTube channel to succeed, but it can't succeed in the way that I want it to with like high quality videos because it just takes too much time from me. So I have to make low effort videos in my terms. Maybe even more off script videos, but I might start too much and I have to edit a lot. So yeah. Most important thing is I am making a series, and I'm very interested in telling this world and sharing this world with you guys because I feel like in a world without hope in this economy, well, this series is embodies what Jesus is, and that is hope and love basically. And to be able to share that with you guys, I think would be great. That being said, I will leave you with a snippet of this series basically. I will put on my narrator voice and we'll see how it goes. I come to you for a call to reason. In the centuries past, since our forefather left us, he showed us that the known galaxy is a terrible, cold place. Day after day, we scramble for air, only to suffocate. We seek food, only to starve. We wish to embrace our loved ones, only to find them dead. We change, only for the worst to come to us. In our country, how could it have been possible that 108 terraforming projects fail in the past decade? How could it have been possible that every day we see those from Earth, especially the Milligan warships and probes, spy on us, as if we were still colonies of theirs? How could it be possible that we suffer while they prosper? It is well known by now that the nations of Earth are dangerous to our very well-being. Africa and Brasilia are in a state of peace. Yet Cold War tensions rise between them, seeking who can outdo the other in technology and territory. They influence us in deceptive ways. The Shonguo Empire and Hinja State have attempted peaceful cooperation, yet they skirmish for solar systems like vultures over a rotting corpse. And worst of them all, the stagnant North Milligan Empire and the United European League. My fellow Armatians, and even to my dear allies, now friends of the Tong Empire, the Galactic Chimera Union, we have seen firsthand the terrible things they have done to us, how they have treated us, bullying us into submission. Their baseline humans look at us with disgust, but they themselves are hypocrites. They add minor cybernetic enhancements, thinking themselves a little better, but they live comfortable lives, meaningless lives. They're transhuman aristocrats who are like us, stronger, smarter, better. Yet they are degenerate hedonists who walk in a disgusting sea of pleasures. They ruin the lives of those who they rule over. We are disfigured, hurt by an uncaring galaxy, yet our forefathers showed us strength in changing ourselves with purpose, equipping ourselves with technology to fight against the darkness. I say to you now, we must not be like them. We must do more what they do. The tide of change is upon us. As your new God President, I can assure you peace of mind. Let us unite and put aside our petty differences. Let no one conspire against us. Let it be known to this galaxy that we have a right to live, that we have a right to exist. Let this be a new beginning where we are not seen as petty humans, but as evolved humans who seek the best for our species. And to my friends in the Outer Rim states, hear my voice and let me hear yours. We will prosper.